What's going on, everybody? UltimatDJz here from the Talking Trek podcast, Teaching Trek YouTube, and Twitching Trek Twitch channel here with an event guide video. We haven't done one of these in a while, but Griffin is cracking the whip for me. So we've got an event guide video here for you, and I'm going to try to get that information out to you right now. Be sure to share this with your team. There is some synergy this month and a couple of pitfalls for you to be aware of, as well as a silver lining with a bug that currently exists. Do be aware that the complete new missions event that is going on right now is correct in its payout when it's just showing only speed ups. However, because the holodeck is currently borked and you can't claim your missions and can't start scoring points in that yet, if you proceed to Ops 61 before you complete any of those missions and score points, then that event will roll over to a 61 plus version and award Sigma speed ups. All right, that's going on in the complete new missions event. Obviously, we also have a week-long Ad Astra per Aspera meta event we're going to talk to you a little bit about, new ticket event metas and the Monday ticketed event series, as well as the Thanksgiving Day event. That would be Neelix's Grand Banquet, and a Heroes versus Villains IMS event. We've got a lot of stuff to talk to you about, so let's dive on in and take a look and see what we've got. Starting here on day one, we see a lot of these AAPA, or the Ad Astra per Aspera events, and right here up front, something kind of new, stretch goals, if you will. These range from Ops 58 all the way up to 70, and these events will last anywhere between 30 to 150 days to complete some pretty serious stretch goals that basically are going to give you some added value bonuses if you hit these goals, with some of the prizes being various chunks of officer shards, including some of the Voyager officers there. However, there is an Ad Aspera event available for everybody, Ops 20 plus, that involves recruiting and tiering up the brand new rare data card that is going on here right now. Also, you're going to have an Interceptor Hunter event that starts here on day one, and a trivia event that started here. It's going to last 72 hours. It's a simple trivia SMS with a meta, and just like trivia always is. You're also going to see a heroic 7-day event for building the Borg Cube. Basically, the early adopters bonus event. You are going to get a Borg Cube by day 8 if you buy the $20 battle pass, but if you buy the Borg Cube for $100, then you will be able to participate in this heroic SMS 7-day event, starting on day 1 through day 7, just completed by building the Borg Cube. You will also then therefore see a 3-day event that starts on day 1 as well. It's a solo leaderboard, and that is involving obtaining technological distinctiveness from hostiles using the Borg Cube and its cutting beam. So that's also a heroic solo leaderboard starting on day 1. Day 2, Wednesday, Battleship Hunter, just same old normal SMS, going out and destroying hostiles with a battleship. On Thursday, Explorer Hunter will present as well. Friday, the 10th, we are going to take a look at Cutting It Close, which is destroying hostiles with the Borg Cube or the cutting beam action. I am told that there, I believe, going to be a substitute mechanic in there for any hostile, but obviously having the Borg Cube is going to make that much faster and easier for you to complete, but there will be an alternative scoring method there, so this event will not actually be heroic. However, there will also be a solo leaderboard on Friday, bringing back the heavy hitter event, which is crit damage to FKR, Swarm, Eclipse, Axion, Herogen, Freebooter, X-Borg, and Texas class hostiles with a built-in bonus for using the Borg Cube's cutting beam. That will be going on Friday with a heavy hitter. Also, we're going to start with your first run of this new ticketed event series that starts on Friday. So what you're going to see that pops up on Friday is a new meta event called Service Commendation. This is the meta for completing all 9 ticketed events in a weekend. That would be 3 on Friday, 3 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, by using your normal, traditional, uncommon tickets. However, by completing this Service Commendation meta, you're going to get a rare ticket that you'll be able to redeem on Monday. We've talked a little bit about this leading up to the arc, and I'll explain that more as we go through, but you will have 3 ticketed events that use normal uncommon tickets, and of course, just like always, you're going to get 1 free ticket per day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you have enough tickets, that would be 90, to complete the entire weekend, then that may be worth it to you to get that Service Commendation SMS meta completed and get the rare ticket so that you can come back on Monday and spend your meta. On Saturday, you're going to come in and have day 2 of those ticketed events that will continue to feed that service commendation meta. But you're also going to see the first of 3 Picard solo leaderboards. This is Ops 10 plus a 48-hour normal event for spending G3 or higher materials and spending solo directives and normal directives. And there will be a traditional paired heroic SMS to go with that to include some of those shards. That will be happening all 3 weekends. That is the sourcing plan for Picard. And that will happen all 3 weekends this month, every single Saturday. However, do be aware that there are some Saturdays that might be worth it. When we're talking about planning a little bit of strategy, if you were looking to maybe participate in one of these auctions, or maybe 2 of them, or if you're going to do all 3, then go for it. However, this one, if you're only going to do one, this one may not be the one. I'll explain what I mean as we approach week 2. Coming up then on Sunday, just more tickets, no new ARC-related events there. Coming into Monday, we are going to begin the 5-day Hero versus Villain meta event. Now, this is somewhat interesting. I kind of teased a little bit about it earlier in the pre-ARC time period to talk about some of this event that we've got going on, Heroes and Villains, where you will actually be making a choice. Echo described this as ethical decisions or events that will have choices for you to make, and that will result in you choosing a team on your server, hero or villain. The heroes will have certain events, the villains will have other certain events, and each side will have a meta based on solo milestone completion. However, if you are on the losing team, well, you get nothing. If you're on the winning team, upon completing your meta, you will actually zap the opposing team's score all the way down to 0. So that's right, if you hit and complete your SMS, which is going to feed the IMS, or the server milestone for the heroes or villains, whoever completes that first is going to zoink the other team's score all the way down to 0, preventing them from completing their solo milestone. Kind of evil and chaotic, and I actually kind of like it. This will designate your server as a hero server or a villain server, but there can only be one. And so that will begin on Monday the 13th with a couple of SMSs and you kind of making your choice and dividing your teams or dividing your server into heroes versus villains, and you will start participating in that meta. Also, Monday you will see the ticketed events. These are the rare ticketed events. Now, what we have talked about in the past, and it's been many years since we've seen the rare ticketed events, but they are the same currency as the previous rare ticket. So if you have some of those left over, you finally get to use them. You finally get to cash them in. However, if you don't, and you didn't have any left over, then completion of the ticketed event through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will give you 1 rare ticket, and that will give you the choice to complete 1 of these 3 rare ticketed events on Monday. One of them is going to be for Cerritos officers, the other one will be for Strange New Worlds officers, and the other one will be for PIC officers. You'll be able to take a look in there, and those are the 3 groups of officers. You'll be able to choose one of those events and kind of stack in there. You're also going to see on that Monday, the heavy hitter event will return, as well as cutting it close. That's the second run of basically just killing hostiles and using the Borg cube, and then critical damage in the heavy hitter event. And there will be a syndicate advancement event on that day, Monday the 13th, your first of 2 on syndicate advancement. All right, so be aware that that is coming on Monday the 13th. You will have that, and it'll happen again later on in the month. There will also be an Armada Attack Heroic solo milestone for spending regular and solo directives, not including exchange, Borg armadas or worms, but the Jem'Hadar and Borg solo directives, and then regular FKR directives. That will be a heroic solo milestone with the bonuses not known, or the awards not known at this time. But we have seen that type of event before, and usually they're relatively worth it if you've got the directives to spend. That will be happening on Monday and will last 48 hours in a heroic solo milestone format. On Tuesday the 14th, we're going to continue the hero versus villain meta with a couple of extra SMS SMSs, and you're going to see the start of a new Ad Astra per Aspera meta, which is basically a solo milestone series for all players. We talked about what happened in week 1, and that was primarily for the late G5 pushing into G6, but now we're going to see one for everybody. This is Ops 10 plus, and we're going to see a series of solo milestones that are going to feed that. However, these are not going to be the easiest in the world, including, for example, Faster Than Light, which is going to be gaining power through stations and ships, and Brute Force, gaining power through platforms and station research. However, I'll kind of point out that there could be some synergy here, so be real careful about when you choose to do that. For example, the solo leaderboard for gaining power and the Brute Force solo milestone for gaining power, maybe you don't want to do that on Tuesday the 14th, because coming up on Wednesday the 15th, you're going to see another power event there as well that feeds into the hero versus villains meta. Okay, Thursday, the November 16th, more hero versus villains SMSs and another power gain through research buildings, platforms, and dry docks, but no synergy that I can find with that one there. And there will be an event for hailing frequencies as well, and another for grinding hostiles. But again, watch out for the synergy here. On Thursday, the 16th, you will have a 72-hour event for earning Klingon or Romulan reputation and grinding hostiles for reputation. You could definitely go ahead and start on that. But starting on Friday the 17th, you're going to have another series of SMSs that will involve grinding hostiles, and that is going to be synergistic towards Thursday the 16th by earning Klingon and Romulan reputation if you're killing the appropriate hostiles to gain reputation. There will also be a PvP Rialta or a PvE Rialta event going on Friday the 17th, and again, part of the Hero versus Villain series. You're going to have the Ad Aspera meta continuing on with earning officer shards and bonus for the new officers. And then, of course, because it is Friday, you're going to begin a new series of ticketed events with the second run of the service commendation for the rare ticket. Saturday, on the 18th, exactly the same thing, except this time the Ad Aspera event is going to begin. And this is why I was talking earlier about maybe the second weekend being the better one for you to look at, because now not only do you have the Picard auction and the paired SMS, but you're also going to have an Ad Aspera event on that Saturday that will involve you killing hostiles and tearing up or spending materials on ships. And obviously that's going to go and pair nicely if you are working on ships and work in cohesion with the Picard auction that you're going to have on that Saturday as well, also working towards that heroic SMS. That is Saturday the 18th. On Sunday the 19th, you will also see that there is another Ad Aspera meta event, gaining material through platform station and research and spending materials. So again, taking a look at the Ad Aspera event for spending materials on Saturday, you'll have another one on Sunday. This is all happening during the Picard auction. So on Sunday, you might want to spend materials on platforms, research, station, whereas on Saturday, you might be wanting to spend it on ships. Look at that weekend number 2 calendar very, very carefully. On Monday the 20th, we are going to come back into more hostile grinding events with peace sacrifices and some more trivia, the second run of your trivia event, as well as the second run of your rare ticketed event bonus event. You will also notice on Monday, November 20th, there is a second run of Syndicate XP advancement. So it happened on the first Monday, it's going to happen on the second Monday. You're having 2 runs of these this month. So be aware of the timing of your claims that there will be a Syndicate advancement collection event starting again on Monday, November the 20th, as well as a second run of the heroic Armada attack, and that is going to be the heroic solo milestone for spending directives. On Tuesday, November the 21st, we are going back into a 3-day solo leaderboard. This is a rerun of now everybody going to be able to play with the Borg Cube, obtaining technological distinctiveness by using the Borg cutting beam, and you'll see a paired SMS with that as well. Wednesday the 22nd, defeating Federation hostiles, bonus for using the new officers as captain, and a new Ad Aspera meta event, solo leaderboard, again for gaining power. There is a lot of domination style. And when I say domination style, I really should say power gain. There's a lot of power gain here. You can definitely tell a new expansion is in the game because Scopely is really encouraging a lot of players with a lot of events to start pushing their progression. Starting on Thursday, November 23rd, it is Thanksgiving. But, you know, really throughout Star Trek history, there's not a whole lot of Thanksgiving celebration there. So we are celebrating with Neelix, who is going to prepare a grand banquet for everybody throughout the galaxy. Neelix is going to be cooking a banquet for a bunch of species all throughout the galaxy. This is basically the Thanksgiving Day holiday event. It's going to be a 4-day meta where there's going to be 2 solo milestone events per day. They are ticketed, and one of them will be provided to you absolutely free. So 1 event per day for free. Each SMS is represented by a singular recipe, like Leola root stew or plomeek soup, Talaxian stew, and Wixiban potato fish casserole. There's all of these different recipes. The premise of the story is that somehow Neelix has lost his favorite recipes that he wants to prepare for this banquet. You will be sent on a mission to collect them, and you will earn rewards from Neelix every single time that you collect and return a recipe. 4 of the 8 events will be free. The other 4 will be paid for if you want to enter with extra tickets. But there will be a server milestone, an IMS, as well as an alliance milestone for the completion of these Thanksgiving Day events. And there will be, much like the gummies that you guys have talked about liking about Halloween, there are going to be 3 different redemptions available for these rewards that you earn from Neelix that are going to range in rewards from active nanoprobes to trial bells to tier up catalyst for forbidden technology, all the way over to alliance star-based stuff and iso emulsion and officer shards, including Hugh, 7 of 9, and Jadzia. And there will also be lottery chances at pulling full and epic rare and epic chunks of officer shards, including independent credits there. So the rewards for that look pretty good. Look at the bundles very carefully as you make your choice in spending your rewards from Neelix. That will be happening on Thursday the 23rd for a 4-day series. On Friday the 24th, you will be coming into your 3rd and final weekend. That will give you your last run of the ticketed events along with the last run of your rare ticket meta, the service commendation. On Saturday the 25th, you are going back into your 3rd and final weekend for Picard's auction and solo milestone, but there will be other ticketed events and even some of the Thanksgiving Day events, again, revolving gaining power. So there will be some synergy there if that's an event that you want to play in, if you're going to play in that weekend number 3 auction. Sunday, November 26th, more recipes for Neelix and the wrap up of your ticketed events, and there will be the rare ticketed event on Monday. That wraps up your arc. Definitely some things to watch out for and some strategy plays if you're looking at your calendar and planning some of your pushes with Armada directives and most particularly power gained and material spend as we take a look at some of these weekends. Is weekend number 1 the right weekend to do it? Well, that depends. Are you going to do a bunch of them or are you only going to do one? If you're only going to do one solo auction this month, then weekend 1 is not it. You guys take a look at the calendar and hopefully this has provided you some insight. My name is UltimatDJz. Thank you for watching our content. So much more to come. We've got a lot more to do, talking about G6, talking about the board cube, so stick right here on the channel. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you know when we publish other stuff. Leave your comments down below. If you got questions, we'll answer those for you, and we do appreciate you sharing this with your friend. My name is UltimatDJz, friendly neighborhood cat person saying meow for now. Love you, meet up. Catch you on the next one. Meow.